Right, welcome back to the channel everyone. Hopefully you can help me today because I've had a disagreement with a friend. Actually not a disagreement, more of a debate. Not so much as a quarrel, but more of a quibble. And this quibble was with none other than Two-Wheeled Willie, who I know a lot of you watch his channel, love his stuff. And Willie and I are good enough friends that we can agree about things and disagree about things. And this was one of the things we disagreed with, and it was the lighting upgrade on Royal Enfield motorcycles. So as some background, up until 2022, all Royal Enfield motorcycles had basically the same lighting setup. It was a round headlight at the front, it's a 5.25 inch diameter headlight, convex glass, quite a plain reflector, and a halogen H7 bulb, and indicators were also halogen items. This was the case on the Interceptor, the Continental GT when it was launched, and then you had the early J series, which was the 350 Meteor, the 350 Classic, the 350 Hunter, and the Bullet. All of those bikes came with halogen bulbs. In 2022, Royal Enfield dropped the Super Meteor 650, and the idea behind that bike was kind of a technology testbed to bring in upside down forks, to bring in the new logos on the crankcases, to bring in metallic switchgear, and also to bring in for the first time the LED lighting package. Now, and a new frame as well, of course, most famously on that bike. The LED lighting package differs because it gives a less classic look. So it's still round, but it's got a bar across the front, and I think it's got Royal Enfield's logo into it, and obviously the LED light is much whiter, much brighter, projects further. Now they've since put that onto the new Interceptors, the new Continental GTs, and also the new Meteors from the Aurora onwards had, like 2025 bikes, have LED on Meteors, and also classic 350s, the new 2025s, have the LED package. Now it could be argued that and this was Willie's argument, that takes away from the classic look, because a lot of people buy these bikes specifically so they have a bike that looks like a bike from 50, 60 years ago and gives that whole classic riding experience. Now, do you agree with that? Do you think that that warm white, the kind of unfussy, quite plain headlight with a rounded glass, do you think that is the look that goes with the classic 350? Or are you more along the side of, well, LED lighting gives a better performance, this is what I was saying, less maintenance, you don't have to change the bulbs, I think they're rated for 10 or 20,000 hours of illumination. Also, you're not legally required to carry spare bulbs if you're touring, as you are in France, if you have halogen bulbs or replaceable bulbs. And the other thing is they're quite slimmer, they draw less amps. For me, it's all the kind of nitty gritty that makes it a more attractive ownership proposition to have a bike fitted with LED. I in fact upgraded my BSA Gold Star 650 5.25 halogen headlamp, which looks very old school, to an LED light item which looks kind of modern. In fact, it looks pretty damn modern on a Gold Star, because I prefer the performance. I like the beam spread to be further, it gives you more warning when you're driving down a dark country road at night. However, Willie was saying, well, most owners, they're not taking their bike into that environment. Most owners are doing low mileages, daytime riding only, fine weather only. And so having the warm white kind of suits the classic aesthetic. But why don't you just jot down in the comments what you prefer on yours? Would you value a classic 350? And this is how the whole discussion came up. Would you value a classic 350 being a halogen equipped model, or do you think, okay, well, it's an upgrade in the strictest sense of the word to have the new light package on the very classically styled Royal Enfields? All right, guys, thanks for listening. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next one.